Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we'll be discussing the root word called as phobia. Now, what is phobia? Phobia is actually fear. This word has been originated from the Greek language from a specific word called as phobos. Phobos means here fear. Let's understand one by one word in detail. The first one, acousticophobia. Now, what is this acoustico? So generally we have acoustics. So acoustics is study of sound. Study of sound. Sound plays a very important role. For example, in our school days, we learned that in movie theaters, at the entrance, a huge multi-layered curtains would be placed over there. The major reason is for the sound effect. So generally, acoustics is study of sound over there. Acoustico, that means sound. Acoustico is altogether sound and phobia is altogether fear over here. Okay. Next we have anthrophobia. Now what is this anthro? So we have a subject called as anthropology. Now what is this anthropology? Whenever if you come across a word called as anthro, that means humans. Anthro means human beings. Anthropology is a subject which deals with human evolution, their culture, their biological system, etc. All these things would be discussed in a subject called as anthropology altogether. So here we have anthro and next we have here phobia. That's altogether fear. The literal meaning of anthrophobia is fear of human beings. Fear of human beings. There would be certain animals which would run away just by seeing the human beings. So that can be the anthrophobia. Next we have Anglophobia. Now what is this Anglophobia? So as far as Anglo is concerned, we know that Anglo-Indians. Anglo means Englishmen. So generally the people who are staying in Great Britain etc. are generally considered as the Anglo. Now phobia we have here, that's altogether fear. Now what is this Anglophobia? Anglophobia is altogether fear of Englishmen. Fear of Englishmen altogether. For example, I said Anglophile. Now what is this Anglophile? So Anglo is Englishman and phile is altogether love. So love for the Englishman can be Anglophile over there. Now see the next one. Arachnophobia. Now what is this arachno? We have a class of arthropods called as Arachnida. So this is a part of zoology. Arachnida is an area where generally you see the spiders, scorpions, etc. From this Arachnida, the arach has been taken, that means the spiders. So Arachnida and arachnophobia is altogether the fear of spiders. Fear of spiders. See the next word. Allurophobia. Now what is this alluro? Alluro is cats. Fear of cats is called as allurophobia. Now what is fear of dogs called as? Fear of dogs can be called as cynophobia. Okay, fear of dogs is cynophobia. Now what is the love for the dogs called as? Cynophile. Cynophile is love for dogs. Now what is allurophobia? Is fear of cats. And allurophile. Allurophile is love for cats. See the next word. We have the androphobia over there. So andrologist, andrology will generally represent the men. So androphobia is altogether fear of male people. Fear of male. So we have the andrologist. Andrologist is a doctor who will be dealing with the sexual organs of a male person, who will be dealing with the diseases pertaining to the sexual organs of a male person. And at the same time, we have andrology. Andrology is altogether study of the male sexual organs. So that can be andro. Andro means men. Phobia is altogether fear over there. That's altogether fear of male. Okay. Now let's see the next set of words. Apiphobia. Now what is this apiphobia? Api is something related to honeybees. Phobia is altogether fear. So generally it can be fear of honeybees. So we have Apiculture. Now what is this apiculture? Apiculture is rearing of honeybees. So these days even a brand of honey with the name called as Apis is in the market. So Apis is something related to the honeybees over there. Next we have bathophobia. Now what is batho? Batho, whenever if you see this word, the literal meaning would be depth over here, and phobia is altogether fear. Now what is bathophobia is fear of depth. Fear of depth. For example, I said batholith. Now what is this batholith? So generally batho is altogether deep and lith is altogether a rock or a stone. Now what is this batholith? That means the rock or stones that are present at the deeper parts of the ocean. That can be generally the batholith over there. Now we have bacillophobia. Now what is this bacillo? Bacillo are nothing but small microorganisms. Small microorganisms. So phobia is altogether fear over here. Now bacillophobia means fear of microbes. Fear of microbes. Carcinophobia. Now what is this carcino? Carcinogenic. Okay, so generally we would be seeing at particular areas at X-ray machine or some CT scan machine over there, we'll be seeing carcinogenic agent. So what is this carcino? Carcino can be something which causes cancer. Now phobia is altogether fear. Now what is this carcinophobia? That's altogether fear of cancer. The next word we have is cardiophobia. That's altogether cardio. Cardio is something heart. Phobia is altogether fear over here. Now after COVID, there is a fear which is becoming prevalent among many people. That is altogether cardiophobia. That is fear of heart attack. So that is cardiophobia. Next we have chromophobia. We have chromo. So what is this chromo here? So whenever if you come across the word called as chromo, the literal meaning is color, and phobia is altogether fear. That's altogether fear of color. Fear of color over here. Chromo. For example, I said chrono. I said instead of M, I have used N over there. Now it has become chrono. Now what does this chrono mean here? Chrono means time. For example, I said chronophobia. The literal meaning would be fear of time over there. Okay. Now let's see the next set of words. Here we have sebophobia. So generally if you come across sebo or ceto, the literal meaning would be food. Phobia is altogether fear. So that means fear of food. Fear of food can be generally the cetophobia or sebophobia. Next we have claustrophobia. Now what is this claustrophobia? Claustrophobia is, claustro means something which is enclosed, which is closed. If any person has the fear of claustrophobia, that means if an area is completely enclosed with a four-side wall, something like that, then they would have that fear. That's altogether claustrophobia. Okay, fear of closed areas. Next, coprophobia. Now what is this coprophobia? So we have a term called as autocaprophagy. Autocaprophagy. Now what is this at autocaprophagy? Auto means self here. Capro means altogether fecal matter. Okay, fecal matter is altogether the excretory product of a animal. So autocaprophagy here. So generally if you see rabbits, in rabbits we have this condition called as autocaprophagy, where they will be eating their own fecal matter. Okay, fecal matter is altogether the undigested food that is let out from the body. Now copro is altogether fecal. Now phobia is altogether fear. So fear of fecal matter altogether. So that can be caprophobia. Next we have cryophobia. What is this cryo? So we have cryogenic engines. So what is this cryogenic engines? Cryogenic engine is an engine which works at -151 degrees centigrade. Engines that work at a very low temperature. So that is cryo is altogether low temperature. So fear of very low temperatures. So that can be generally cryophobia. Next we have nidophobia. Okay, so we have a class called as Cnidarians. Okay, Cnidarians is a class which we generally see as a part of zoology. So Cnidarians, Cnidarians are the animals which generally sting. They sting their enemies. So here nido means sting, fear of stings, or let's say insect bites. Okay, so finally here nidophobia means fear of stings or fear of insects bites over there. So these can be the words pertaining to phobia over there. So if you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Thank you.